Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
Why do I need to say anything? Like, we already know what we're doing. We're fucking drinking the...
You know what it is.
You know what it is,
well, maybe some people are like, no, they're better in the second half. Like.
This week we're drinking beer from Dimensional Brewing with Myke Kelli. This is episode 133 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Malting Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And we have a special guest joining us this evening who doesn't actually care for beer, but we brought him on. He's the voice that you hear at the beginning of every show. This is my friend Myke Kelli, who is also known for making our theme song.
Hi.
I have a friend, Myke Kelli, too.
I know that, Myke Kelli.
Do you?
Yeah.
I do. One of my employees and a really good friend, his name is Myke Kelli.
My teacher in 8th grade, Ms. Presemble, had a best friend named Myke Kelli as well.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like a big deal to her. She was like the favorite teacher of everybody, you know? She was like the cool one.
That's
And
wild.
I was her favorite student because of it.
Wow.
You were?
You weren't? Yeah, I was. No, I was.
I still
and
am. I still am her favorite student.
She
this
loves
day.
me.
Yeah, no, she would be like, Myke Kelli? Oh my God. That's my best friend's name.
I love you. Not in that way, but we're best friends. Mm-hmm. Well, Myke,
Scored me points.
Thanks for joining us, and also thanks for making our theme song. We also play some, random Ellis D songs. That's also
Thank you for plugging those.
Hey man, thanks
You're
for letting
welcome.
us play your music.
My pleasure.
We might do it for this episode, or I might not at all. It seems like it'd be fitting. Like I probably should play one of your songs.
Should I do it right now? Rap it?
Yeah, just do it. Can you just do the whole thing right now?
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drinks. That's all I remember.
It's pretty good.
I can't remember.
We know the song.
We should have planned to have a live intro.
We can still do that.
Still good. Well, kind of.
You don't know the lyrics, dummy.
Yeah, dingbat.
I can record it post though. We can do that post.
That's not live.
Oh. Okay, I'm new to this.
You killed me, Smalls.
I gotta learn to
You did great. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you in another 20 minutes. This episode is brought to you by Myke. No, I went to Dubuque recently. I teased this in the last episode. Went to Dubuque, Iowa. Went to go visit some family. Went out there with some family. Cousin Justin, cousin Paxton. Go out, hang out with cousin Reese and cousin Vince. Then met us out there. And these are all cousins through marriage, but I love these guys. They are like brothers to me. It was a lot of fun, great time. Glad we finally got to do it. Went up on a Friday afternoon, and I came back Sunday afternoon. Got to go to one brewery, and it was one brewery I really wanted to go to, and it's called Dimensional Brewing Company. And I was introduced to this brewery when I hung out with friend Matthew, over from Old Irving. Matthew, we still want you to come back on the show. Sorry, we haven't called. I was out in Arlington Heights by your old place at Beer on the Wall.
Shout out Arlington Heights.
Okay.
This is the first Arlington Heights shout out we've had on the show.
Probably the last. Nothing against Arlington Heights, bro.
You're welcome.
He was doing the beer tasting, Old Irving stuff, and these two guys came up towards the end, and we were done doing the tasting, and they busted out this bottle from Dimensional called Smortal Combat, and it was a barrel-aged...
I love that name.
Yeah, it was a barrel-aged stout.
I think you sent me a picture of it.
That tastes like s'mores. I'll show you the picture of it, too. And I was blown away. There was another big stout that we got to sample from them as well, and when I looked at the bottle, I noticed it was Dubuque, and sent the picture to cousin Reese, who's living out there, and said, "Hey, man, do you know this place?" He goes, "Yeah, I know it. I go there all the time." So, yeah. Like, what are the chances?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that's when this trip came to be. That was like, I have to go. And the spot was great. there was a beer fest going on in Dubuque that I didn't know about at the time until that morning.
Do you know what the name of the festival was?
Something ice was in it.
Yeah.
The Ice Spice Festival?
Ice Spice.
Okay.
Ice.
I heard about that.
ICP Festival.
ICP? The
ICP was there again?
It was just a bunch of juggalos.
I should have went. Those jugglers are nice though, man.
Sweethearts.
We oh man, this has been going off in my pocket. So we went there around the time that we went to the brewery around the time that the festival was ending, and you could tell because people were like, when we got there, it wasn't like crazy packed, but there was enough people there, and then all of a sudden it was just a bunch of drunk people showing up out of nowhere. So I think it's the closest brewery to where they were having the actual event. So we got to see it when it was packed. Yeah, we got to see it when it was not packed. I tried a bunch of beers there. All the guys I went with pretty much only drink, bigger brand, lagers. They had a Pilsner on tap that they enjoyed, so they drank 2 or 3 of those. I tried a bunch of random beers and then grabbed 4 random beers. 1 I tried there. The other 3 never had before. And I thought, it's been a long time since we've had a nice little traveling episode, so I'd crack these open. I'm going to start with the one... Shut up, Ritz Crackers. I'm going to start with the one that I tried there, and it is Toad Stabber.
All right.
It's a double hazy IPA, and it comes in at around I think 8.4. I can't see. I should have brought my glasses.
Yeah, that's right up Mike's alley.
Yeah, Mike loves hazy IPAs. 8.5.
The hoppier, the
ABV.
better.
Yeah, you want to give me a glass? I'll pour you. I won't pour you heavy pours.
That looks good. I like that color.
It's good. It's like juicy. So, and if you don't like it, Mike, it's okay. Can you pass this down to Brandon though for me?
And hazy just means like it's like
The actual beer is hazy.
yeah,
Oh man.
cloudy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That comes from biotransformation of the hops during a whirlpool, which is post-boil.
I like that.
Smells good, right?
Yeah, it smells good.
I was a big fan of this one. I tried a couple of hazy IPAs from them while I was there.
We're gonna turn Mike into a beer drinker.
Damn right. We're turning our friend
we're
Rocky into
another.
a beer drinker.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, pretty good, right? What do you think of that one, Mike?
it's really good, and it would be great for like a summer day. I'm imagining.
Like sitting in the yard on a warm summer day? Mm-hmm. I prefer beers in the yard around a fire on a warm summer night or a cool fall night. But yeah, this one
That'd be good for that too.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Yeah, that's
really good.
Brandon, what do you think of this one?
I love it. I'm almost getting like some pineapple, like orange.
I got that
it's
too.
very tropical.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't know. Do you have a description?
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah, because my like going and smelling it. It smelled like. I don't want to say smells like a hazy
Teen
IPA, but it smelled juicy, and I'm getting that, like some hop aroma, but tasting it was a lot different than I was expecting. It's a lot juicier than I was expecting, and yeah, like that, almost like pina colada-esque
Okay.
coming in with the pineapple, and
Sure.
I'm getting like slight coconut almost. Ooh. Yeah.
You're not wrong. I'm going to tell you why. Because it is a hazy double IPA with Nectaron. I still know. All these new hops, man. I still know. Sabro. And the Sabro hop
We know Sabro.
imparts the coconut. And Citra hops. So I'm assuming that's where you're getting that like slight coconut. I didn't really put together the pina colada thing until you just said that. That's a good observation, man.
Yeah,
You should have your own beer podcast.
I'll be right back.
This is 8.4%. My eyes aren't that bad, so that's good. So almost a 9% beer. It does not drink like that at all. It's very. I had that and then 2 other beers at the brewery.
Use sparingly.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I know.
This is really good though.
Yeah, it's tasty. I'm getting that little bit of coconut.
Yeah. Now that you
But-
I mean, so I know this is like new world for Mike. What on a normal day would you drink?
I'm a whiskey guy, so I go straight for
Okay.
Jameson. On the rocks with a dash of water. I like it like kind of diluted. I call it dirty water.
Yeah.
And I drink that all night, and it's it like the next day, no hangover, no nothing, because you're like kind of
drop
hydrating
of
as you
water.
go.
Drop water goes a long way.
The dash. No, it's like a good dash, a heavy dash. And then if I do drink beer, I just like am kind of a big brand guy myself.
You
like
can say
the Corona.
it.
Yeah. So
You can say the beer. It's okay.
I've never really hopped on the IPAs
Craft
and
beer
stuff
train.
and the crafts, but I definitely respect the art. It's very cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's, especially when you go to Corona. I mean, we don't have it anymore, but like Five Rabbits had some
Five
really
Rabbits.
good beers that were like
R.I.P.
close to Corona, and I'm sure there's other ones out there that like there's a lot of good craft Mexican lagers.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're okay with this, so I will throw this out. Like, if you were gonna rate this 1 through 5 pina coladas, how many pina coladas would you give this?
This right here is easily 4.5 pina coladas.
All right.
This is very good. It's sweet, but it's not so sweet to where like after a few you don't want any. It has a nice balance of like tart and sweet, and so I could like kick back with these for like a good 6 or 7 and not get sick of it. So I give it points for that. And also, it's very good. 4.5.
Yeah. How many pina coladas are you giving this one, Brandon?
I'm going 4.25, 4.3. Like, I'm in that range too, man.
Nice.
I had it checked in at 4.5, and I'm standing by that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm standing by it. That last like big sip I just took of it too. That was like a big citrus, like orange.
Yeah, I mean, this
Oranges.
is just it's a really well done beer, and I appreciate what they did with it, and it makes me want to use like Sabro, and I gotta go back and look at my recipe for that mango IPA I did, because I may have used Sabro in there. I think I did, but yeah, man, like, I love coconut, and having it show up in beer like in a pleasant form is really
like
nice.
as a hop instead of like here we're just adding a bunch of toasted coconut like we did.
Well, yeah, but even that is good. Like, because when you do like I think toasted coconut works much better in like big barrel aged beers.
Yeah,
because like Old Irving did it really well.
Oh my god, they use so much coconut in their beer. It was insane. It was pounds.
The thing I was having a mind lock on was that I wanted to say that the aftertaste on it was really good. It's really crisp. Like, it doesn't linger too long, and it's just nice and crisp, and I like that.
What I like about hazy IPAs too is when I burp, I can still taste all the fruitiness from the hops, which is actually a weird flex on those beers.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I burp, it's always like.
Also, an underrated trait. It's an underrated trait.
So I did not use Sabra in that mango IPA I did. It was Warrior, Citra, and Mosaic.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to rework this recipe. I want to do it again like in May, maybe.
All right.
To have it as a summer beer.
Nice. Yep.
And I'm gonna
Perfect.
test it with Sabra and see what it does.
Sabro hops, they're hit or miss for me for certain beers. I feel like when people first started using Sabro hops, it was very distinct how much they were using. Like they really wanted to make it pop. And now I feel like people have learned to just use the right amount, so it's not just like that's the flavor in your face, because I feel like it can be a lot. Speaking of brewing, I got a text from Clark today. He's brewing on Sunday. He's brewing his Nick the Dick IPA.
It's like the first time he's brewed, and
Forever.
This is the last time he brewed Nick the Dick.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very excited. Nick the Dick is a delicious
Like
beer.
private.
When his son was born, he was a dick. So he called it Nick the Dick.
He wasn't born a dick,
No.
but he was.
He became one.
Apparently,
He's not a dick anymore.
That's good.
That kid is great. All right. So I think we're all on board with that. That was a good
4.5?
beer. Yeah. Brandon, I'm gonna let you choose. I'm gonna give you the styles. Okay. Brown ale.
No, I don't want to know those styles. I'm gonna look just from here.
One of them's a brown ale.
Oh, whatever. Do the middle can.
This is now. I haven't tried any of the other beers that I have here. This is At Last Fluid Power Company Hefeweizen.
Okay.
I picked this one specifically for you when I saw it.
Grazie.
I was trying to do some German beers. I know you're a fan of the Hefs. Hugh Hefner's. Oh, yeah. Ooh, this is nice and clear.
Germans make a fine beer.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Oh, man. Brandon, you're gonna like the smell of that.
The,
Pour as much as you want. True, but leave something.
One of the best times that I had was in Germany. I've talked about that many times.
Few times.
Cup of two treat.
Yeah, I still need to go to Germany. I've never been, and I would like to.
We will put it on our list.
Still gotta.
Berlin, I heard,
Oktoberfest.
was like a
We
great...
can take a man trip. Yeah, my wife and I, because Mike doesn't know, we went to Munich as like the last stop on our honeymoon. We did kind of like a Greece, Italy, and Germany thing, and then we did Munich
awesome.
and did like a beer tasting and stuff like that. And then our last stop on this beer tasting we did was at the original Hofbrauhaus.
Oh, wow.
And we got drunk with a bunch of kids. But we also went there, and it was a spring fest. Like our first day there, we went, and it's apparently the
Just
same
a
thing.
madhouse?
But it's apparently the same thing as their German fest in the same park. They've got
Yeah.
all the tents set up, and we drank with a bunch of 16-year-olds. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember you texting me about that.
Yeah.
That sounded interesting. Let's see. That's not the same. That's wrong. Sorry, I was looking.
I
at,
love the smell in this.
Yeah, this is in your wheelhouse, buddy. There's not much of a description on this. I don't know how familiar you are with Hefeweizens. They're a good summertime beer too. It's normally, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything about it. Let you taste and you tell us what you get from it. But Brandon, have you taken a sip yet?
I did.
Do you like the way it tastes?
I do.
Okay. I also have taken a sip and like the way it tastes. Mike, have you taken a sip yet?
I have not.
Give it a sip and let us know if you like the way it tastes.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Also, don't
We need editing to insert the Owen Wilson. Wow.
exactly. Wow. We got to get Mike on the board. Also, if you don't like something, it's okay to say I don't like this beer.
Yeah.
No,
Because we're
absolutely.
very
I'm not,
we're
no.
very honest about beers on here.
Yeah, because as I was like, as it was like going down the barrel of the cup, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this, and then I took a sip, and I'm like, oh, wow, I really like this.
I feel like
It's-
Hefeweizens taste better than they smell.
Yeah, because I kind of stinky. Got that on the Malting Hour.
Yep.
We or this is fruity as well. It's a fruity one
Yep.
as well. I'm getting fruity undertones.
Fruity undertones.
Yeah, so the big thing with Hefeweizens, if they're done well, one of the main characteristics is like a banana undertone.
Oh, okay.
Banana and clove is like the big things that like people go for, and this kind of has that.
Yeah. Another one that you can get is like a bubblegum.
Oh yeah, bubblegum.
That's my favorite. Bubblegum is
never
my
had
favorite.
that.
If I can get, I still got to find one where I can get that because that's my favorite take on a Hefeweizen.
Yeah, but I think the bubblegum comes from like if you think about the flavors of like banana and clove, it's like the perfect combination of them both. The Germans, when they do Hefeweizens, they're not like concerned about. They're not like thinking about bubblegum, but like I think that flavor profile has become more Americanized, but it is fucking awesome. And Tony and I, we tried to do a beer, and I think I had said originally like banana and clove or like bubblegum. If we can hit either of those. And like I think we got halfway in between. Like it was okay.
I feel like in the beginning it smelled a lot more like bubblegum.
Yeah, and I haven't gone back and like revisited that recipe. But
You did after you and I did it.
Yeah, but I tried a 1 gallon batch and then I screwed it
Turned
up.
out. Really, I thought you did one that was. I thought you did a whole nother one that was
Oh,
awesome.
maybe I did. I
Yeah,
have to
you did
look.
because it was better. You improved on what we did, and then I think you did a 1 gallon batch that didn't turn out.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. I did a batch that I remember the hose. Maybe that was the night my chiller broke.
Yes.
And filled the pool up with hose
no.
city water, which we don't want in our beer.
Yeah,
No.
did not work out.
Wait, do you use actual bubble gum?
No, it's just
okay,
like
that's what I thought,
so.
yeah.
The bubble gum itself comes from during the fermentation process, like the yeast. The yeast is what's doing
Okay,
it.
so
Yeah,
it's
like
like a level you want to reach.
I
Okay.
really should keep a list of things that I brew, but like I don't.
We're not great homebrewers when it comes
spell
to
that.
And
that.
because literally the only things I've brewed the last 3 years has been that the triple IPA or triple
Belgian triple.
Belgian triple. I haven't done Shaggy Tail in a while, which I think I might do too. So
I gotta brew something soon too. The Cerveja Cerveza. I'm gonna figure that out. Gotta figure out what that flavor is. Probably Coors Light. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Hefeweizens are hit or miss for me because I loved them for so long and drank them so much that I burnt myself out, I think, on them for a while. Kind of like Saisons. But when I saw this, like anytime I see a Hefeweizen or a Belgian beer, I'm going to grab it for you because I know like that's what...
I appreciate that.
That's one you dig, you know? That's one you dig.
And it's not my favorite, but I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I look for brown ales all the time when I'm doing stuff, and porters when I'm...
Well, I was saying, what is your favorite style, Brandon?
I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
I don't have one. I like...
Pale ale, sorry. Pale ale is my favorite style.
A lot of beer.
I would do it.
You know what? And then I think if I'm gonna do like something that like if I go somewhere and try it, I'm in the camp now of like, give me your lager.
Yeah.
If you do a lager well, then your other stuff is probably gonna be okay.
Yeah,
because lagers are hard to do, like,
for sure.
in most places. So
that's why I'm aim for porters and brown ales or ambers as well. If I have those on tap, I'll go for those because they're not popular brands or they're popular styles. And if it tastes good, then for me, I'm like signed up. I'm like, all right, yep, these are good. That's what happened at where did we go in Wisconsin? Where did we stop at?
Mash Tun.
Couldn't remember that. Yeah, Mash Tun had great brown ale. That was fantastic. Brandon, how many cloves are you gonna give this beer?
I'm gonna give this a solid 4.
All right, I like that. Mike, how many bananas are you gonna give this one?
How many bananas? I'll give this 3.5 bananas.
All right, okay, I like that. Tony, how many sticks of bubble gum are you giving this one? I'm giving this a 3.8.
3.8.
3.8.
So now you're just talking to yourself over there?
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to ask me. I literally left space.
I like that. What you did was so much better though.
Thanks.
I was waiting for him to finish. And and then you just went and started talking to yourself.
We'll go back. When we play back the tape when we take a break, I did give enough space.
Yeah, we can't play tape when we go back.
Fuck. The editing machine's broken.
What?
The editing machine's broken. That's why I don't edit the podcast anymore. I just slap it together. Oh, there we go. It's done. All right. Well, we've got 2 more. We're probably pretty close to a break. I don't think we're like too close. I feel like we're maybe like 10 minutes away from what would actually be a break. But, Brandon, how close are we to a break?
About 10 minutes away.
Son of a bitch. We're going to take an early break. We'll be right back.
Cease to resist, I'm giving my good vibes. Yeah, she wanna hang, she wanna roll, looking for good times. Moon is eclipsed, in water we baptized. Said she was human, but you know she lies. Cease to resist, I'm giving my good vibes. Yeah, she wanna hang, she wanna roll, looking for good times. Moon is eclipsed, in water we baptized. Said she was human, but you know she lies. I spent my last dollar trying to get sent to Valhalla. Told her that pussy was magic, she told me, voila. I asked her, we official, she just told me, ha ha. Can't seem to resist, without it I can't seem to exist. Trying to find the exit, but I can't. Trying to find the exit, but cease to resist, I'm giving my good vibes. Yeah, she wanna hang, she wanna roll, looking for good times. Moon is eclipsed, in water we baptized. Said she was human, but you know she lies. Cease to resist, I'm giving my good vibes. Yeah, she wanna hang, she wanna roll, looking for good times. Moon is eclipsed, in water we baptized. Said she was human, but you know she lies. I'm just an atom that came from an atom. We a genie and the unknown is Aladdin. They had you fooled thinking it was all cool, but we just monkeying around like a boo. It ain't permanent, get a tattoo. Only thing that's probably sticking with you. Living life every day past curfew. Yeah, permanent vacation, permanent teenager. You was always gonna be a permanent stranger. And I'ma have to call the cops and tell them danger. And then I'ma have to get my fucking Power Ranger squad. And then I look up to the skies and I thank God. to resist, I'm giving my goodbyes. Yeah, she wanna hang, she wanna roll, looking for good times. Moon is eclipsed, and water we baptized. Said you was human, but you know she lies. Cease to resist, I'm giving my goodbyes. Yeah, she wanna hang, she wanna roll, looking for good times. Moon is eclipsed, and water we baptized. Said you was human, but you know she lies.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. You're joining us. Who joins the podcast halfway? Why do I need to say anything? Like, we already know what we're doing. We're fucking drinking the.
You know what it is.
You know what it is, fam.
Maybe some people are like, no, they're better in the second half. Like,
It's actually Pat just he fast forwards like they need to get to those first 2 beers and they start like loosening up. So the next 40 minutes will actually probably be 40 minutes. Brandon, there's 2 more beers from Dimensional Brewing, Dubuque. Which one you want?
the one closest to me.
Oh, this one
I like the
is
packaging on this one.
millions of them, and it's a sour ale.
Ooh.
It's a peach sour ale.
Ooh.
Millions of them. Millions of peaches. Got it? Cool.
Peaches for me?
Yeah. Peaches, cinnamon, graham cracker. That's what this sour beer is all about.
Graham cracker?
Graham cracker. Not Grant cracker. Stinky.
That's supposed to be like a peach pie?
I think so. I think it's not the first time we had some type of peach cobbler beer on this.
Better from scratch.
Alexa, stop.
Jeez. Nobody asked for a recipe.
Yeah, come on.
Ay. So,
That looks very peachy.
Mike, you probably don't have any experience with sour beers.
No, this is my first ever sour beer.
All right.
I'm actually kind of excited.
It sounds delicious. I should probably pull up the descriptors. Brandon, what are you getting
I'm
out there?
smelling like cinnamon and graham cracker more than anything, like on the nose.
That's what I got from it,
Very
too.
pleasant.
Like peach Snapple.
Yes, but
Yeah.
with like graham cracker and like. Oh, that's good.
Oh, boy. Whoa. So this is a peach cobbler-inspired sour. A bunch of peaches, graham crackers, and a little cinnamon make this a tasty liquid peach cobbler. It is 5.5%.
Hey, you want to take a trip to go visit your cousin again and bring back a case of this? Because that shit is good.
We found one for Brandon. It's a 2.5-hour ride to Dubuque. We can go there.
Oh, man, dude, that is good.
That's tasty.
I love that.
That is, that reminds me of what was the bistro beer that we had that was a cobbler? Was that the pumpkin? That was
Pumpkin cobbler.
Yeah. I bet you they do a peach cobbler, and it's probably like this, just not as thick. The peach one's thick. You're saving some for your wife.
Yep.
Smart man. Yeah, this is good. Mike, for your first... Now, just so you know, not all sour beers are
like this.
No. Sour beers,
What do you mean?
Like a sour beer is normally fruity and tart.
Okay, because this
this
is
is more
like very
tart
sour.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
about
am I right on that?
The
Okay.
sour is
This
right
is
on
like
that.
a pretty heavy.
Like
on the sour side.
if there was ever a category for a pastry sour, this would fall into it.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like peaches, cinnamon, and graham cracker. And a tartness to it. And it's
That is
funny
so
because
good.
during the break, poured Mike some of Old Irving Cinnamon Pros. So had I known this beer was going to be next, I actually didn't need to rinse your glass. You would have just had a little more residual cinnamon. What do you think of this overall?
This is very sour, and I don't think I'd be able to drink a whole glass of it, but for what they're going for, it's really good. And it reminds me of those peach sour rings that you get. those
Peachios,
candies.
baby.
Peachios, and that holds a very
Is that what
near
they're
and dear
actually
thing to
called?
my heart.
Peachios?
So,
Peachios,
yeah.
yeah.
So I like that for that, but I don't think this is something that I would drink on a
Sure.
consistent basis. But what they're going for, they nailed it, and it's really good on that end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's... I could have a whole one of these for sure.
Oh yeah.
I could easily drink a whole can of this and be fine with it. And it's 5.5%. That's good. But yeah, they nailed... I mean, I guess there's real peaches in there. Like the peach...
Yeah.
The peach in there is what I like the most.
So for what it is, Mike, how many Peachios 1 through 5 would you give it?
For the Peachios, I'm gonna give it a 4 because it's not something that I'm gonna necessarily like consume on a regular basis, but I know a good thing when I see it, or taste it in this instance.
So Tony, how many peach cobblers would you give it?
I'm gonna give it. Let me finish it. Hold on, here you go.
These guys know how to brew.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah, like they're
well,
good.
these are all different breweries, so
No, it's all dimensional.
It's all
it's all
dimensional.
This is all dimensional.
These guys know how to do their stuff. So
Man, that peach is really good. I'm gonna go 4.3 peach cobblers. Really up there because this is great.
yeah,
Again, like I could easily drink a full one.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I might actually be able to sneak in 2 of these at one sitting. Because it's not. There's the sweetness from it, but it's not like a fake sweetness. It's like fruity peach sweetness.
yeah. Did they say at all like what hops they use?
Not in the description that I pulled up. No.
I mean, how they did this was fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
and we talk about brewing. Like, we don't brew as often as we'd like to, but we talk about like the style and like what goes into brewing certain beers that we like. But like, this is another one where I'm just like, how the fuck did they get so much flavor into that beer? Like,
Seriously.
what did they do?
I really want to
Gosh.
make I want to make like a beer in the fall where I can get like that pie crust flavor. Like, I guess it's biscuit malt. Is that what you have to use?
Yeah.
To get like, you have to use a certain amount and you'll get that. But I do want to like, I've always wanted to do like an oatmeal raisin cookie beer that wasn't like super sweet, but it was like you can get like the cookie type taste from the biscuit malt, and then you use like Special B to add a little bit of that raisin, and then like add a little cinnamon, maybe like make it like an 8 to 9% beer, like a brown ale, and that becomes like your winter warmer. Like you drink it when it starts getting cold, so that like you're sipping on like a 9% beer that tastes like an oatmeal
Yeah.
cookie.
So, but like going back, like that dragon's milk, that's the
That
oatmeal
oatmeal
raisin
cookie, yeah.
cookie. Like, I didn't get so much of the cookie, but like the oatmeal raisin came through. Like,
Yeah.
But having that like biscuit type thing.
Yeah. When you get something on
Yeah.
the computer screen over there, you good?
So do they like for this peach? Did they use peaches? For
According to
this?
that
So
description, yeah, there's
so-
actual
but
peaches.
Actually, extracting that peach flavor and like the right amount of like sugar and the right amount of cinnamon and the right amount of like whatever it is to get that graham cracker taste. That's the art.
Yeah,
That's what
absolutely.
you guys like
Absolutely.
are trying to.
Well, yeah, that's a fun
decipher.
thing. You know, there's, I mean, yeah, exactly.
That's
I mean,
really
like even
cool.
with
That's
the
cool.
Old Irving Cinnamon Prost, and like
Yeah.
I brought over that Bourbon County that one time, the Mass Foster. We didn't end up drinking that together. But like some of those big beers, like they impart. There's some that hit better than others. There's some that are just like insane when it comes to like adding that, like the Mortal Kombat from Dimensional. Mm-hmm. It tasted like liquid s'mores, man.
Yeah.
It tasted like the marshmallow,
Yeah.
the graham cracker, the chocolate, and then like then it's barrel aged, so you get like the bourbon.
But they're not
in
just
there as
throwing
well.
marshmallows in that thing.
I don't know what they're using. I'm sure it's a thing of vanilla and like toasted
Yeah.
of grains, or I don't know what. I don't know how they do
It's
it.
just but
Because
I
you
would,
can't.
I would be interested. We don't need to do this on the show, but like to get his take on the dragon's milk.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You know,
Wait, we can always do it after the final pour.
but didn't we do that on an episode?
Oh yeah, we did. We probably still should do it after the final pour tonight.
Well, yeah, but still.
I'll be a
Brandon,
guinea pig anytime. I like this. So
fantastic, awesome, man.
yeah, this is.
How many peach? How many President of the United States of America debut albums are you giving this one?
I'm like 4.3, 4
Really?
in that area. Yeah,
I can't wait to hear what Becca thinks about it.
yeah. But this is so good.
Yeah, when I saw this, that's the other thing about this place. They had a whole bunch of 4-packs and some crawlers to go, and then I saw someone leave where it looked like they had different cans, and there they have like you build your own 4-pack, which I think is such an awesome idea for a brewery to do. And I think more breweries should do that. Like,
Yeah.
be able to mix and match grabbing random beers, especially if it's your first time. And I don't know, like, to go back out that way would be fine. And I know like, oh, Dimensional, great. I know what to get. I've tried multiple beers. Like I've tried almost 10 beers from them now within a week's time. So that's pretty cool. I think more breweries should do a build your own 4-pack with and just price it out per can.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be too hard, but
yeah.
We'll have to talk to Matthew about that. I'm sure he can break down the logistics of why that does or does not work.
He would be the guy to know.
He's the guy.
Yeah,
All right.
He's our guy.
The very last one from Dimensional. I had to get this one, baby. It's a brown ale. It's Builder the Bob.
Should we rinse our glasses?
You know what, Brandon? That's a good idea. So this is Builder the Bob brown ale. I had to get this. It says, can we brew it? Yes, we can. Now, as everybody knows who listens to the show, you might not know this about me. I love a good brown ale. Brown ales are a very underrated style of beer. There's just something about it. There's a little roastiness to it. They're normally pretty light. There are some brown ales out there where they'll add like vanilla to it or whatever. I gave myself a little heavier pour this time, you guys.
And you have not had this?
I've not had this, no. I saved this specifically.
So, well, I'm proud of you for
Thank you.
doing that. And did they have it on tap there? Or?
I believe they did.
Ooh.
The other one, one of my other favorites. Jeez, I can find it real quick. Hold on, it's in my pictures. Let me get past all the food pics from late. This beer that I had from them was called Flashy Blouse, and it is a reference to Chappelle being Prince and then playing basketball. It's such a. You guys should look up the. Or maybe we'll throw it in there with the episode. But that was another hazy IPA that was just delicious. He's holding a tray of hops there in the picture. Yeah. That was really tasty. They did have those to go, but I only grabbed these. Brandon, you already went in?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, see that smell right there? That's a brown ale, baby.
It smells like the hazelnut coffee I drink every morning.
It does kind of, actually. Ooh, yeah. That's, okay. All right. Let's see what we're going with here. Brandon, what are your first impressions?
That is a fine brown ale.
Yeah.
I mean, first impressions. Flavor or aroma wise, it's got that nuttiness that I like. It's got that
it's a bit nutty.
It's got that malt body. Yeah, sorry, I don't.
Yeah, we don't
We're
have.
not on Zencaster.
I know you can't drop that in there. That was one.
My drops.
That was one of the drops Brandon would throw in there.
But yeah, it's got that nuttiness. It's got that that maltiness and what I would expect in a brown ale. And then, even then, I'm still okay, it smells good. Is it going to taste good? But yeah, dude, this is a really well done brown ale.
It's an English style brown ale as well.
Yeah. Have we? Maybe that's an episode we need to do. Is English brown ales.
Done. Sign me up.
I mean, I'm all aboard for that too because they're done well there. So, but from my personal opinion, this one is tasty.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this?
This is really good.
We're gonna make you a drunk one way or another.
Yeah. Quicker than I think you
imagine.
Sorry, Tony, you can't go to work. I drank a bunch of brown ales last night.
Created a monster. This is really good. This is it's definitely got all the things you said, and it's just really light, really refreshing, and I wasn't expecting that with the brown ale.
So, right, question for Mike. So we've done it's a limited selection of styles of craft beers that we've done, but how do you how's your take now on craft beer? If you went into a brewery and saw a bunch of beers,
you saw some of these ones that sounded like what we just had.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd approach it differently?
I think now I'm more more to it because
now you're gonna not that you're gonna go out of your way to go to a brewery. At the moment,
but I think I'll be more adventurous because I was always just intimidated with that kind of that 312 flavor, which I think the first one was the most. That hoppy, is that right? Is that hops, or is that
So the first one we had was hoppy. 312 is a wheat beer, but I feel like it was probably hoppier than anything you've ever had.
Yeah, and then the Indian Pale Ales were really intimidating to me as well, and so those always kind of Indian Pale Ale is not really craft though, is it?
No, it is. Yeah, India Pale Ale, yeah, for sure. That's the most popular style for craft beers.
So those are the two that I was initially like introduced, and kind of I was like, oh well, I'm not into those, so I guess I'm not into this. But now that I've seen this or had these and seen the difference of like what else they can do, I'm like kind of hip to it and like it.
And I think a lot of it also has to do with not the style, the quality of craft beer that has come out.
I think they're like a really good whatever that it, like is it a brewer?
Yeah, it's a brewery. Yeah.
It's a that one's like top notch right there. They're up there with Spotted Cow.
From New Glarus? Yeah, dude. So
New Glarus.
Yeah,
so it'd be New Glarus. Yeah,
they're the brewery.
They're up there with them.
So it's funny because I feel like like I was saying, like the quality of craft beer has gone up, and there's way more breweries than ever in the United States.
Yeah,
and it's a lot, and it can be even more intimidating. I'll take you to Beer on the Wall and show you how to.
Okay. Yeah, because you have no idea unless you really know this.
Yeah, I mean, but once you it's pretty easy. Like once you find so the first beer that we had, that was a hazy India Pale Ale. So with those are not generally bitter because of the way that they add the hops. And a regular IPA, probably might not be one that you're going to want to approach because of your, what you have. But there are other styles. I mean, there's a bunch of different types of beer out there, and that's cool that I didn't think you were going to dislike it. I wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't
sure.
I didn't know what to expect. I think the sour one is like I'm more intrigued by it now, but like because like it was just like the first sip was like, oh, this is a little unexpected.
For sure.
And then the more I had it, I was like, oh, this is good, and I could see myself like having
a little bit more. Yeah. Like it's
wouldn't like do it all day, but like the one I could appreciate that.
Sure.
Yeah.
What I like about this, I prefer a drier, which means not sweet, drier brown ale than this. This is definitely on the sweeter, maltier side, which is still good.
Okay. But I think that's why I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you got your sweet tooth, buddy. Mm-hmm. I could have one or two of these. I also like brown ales though, where I can just sit there. There was another brown ale that I had when I was out in Iowa. I blanked on that for a second. I was out in Iowa.
I know why.
Fire Trucker brown ale, which I drank a bunch of on Friday night. That's all I can remember. Fire Trucker. I don't know if that's the name of the brewery or the actual beer, but that was delicious. I mean, I drank those all night long. I don't know. Those could even just be English brown ales, but it was dry and it was like right amount of bitterness to it. Brown ales, I just like the little bit of roastiness you get from them. And I'm really a big fan of their acting and music. I'm wearing a studded belt right now
done,
from Brown
sir.
Ale.
Well done.
Thank you.
That was
Wait. Cheers. There's a lot of cheer in Brandon's face.
Sorry.
Smash some fucking glasses over here.
I mean, I wouldn't care, but I was like, oh man, I was more worried about the mess it's gonna make.
Overall, this is a very good brown ale. Brandon, how many English toffees are you giving this one?
I'm gonna do a solid 4.
I like it. Michael, how many English summer rains are you giving this one?
1 because I don't like rain.
Jesus Christ.
But if it was like a chocolate donut,
sure.
I'm gonna give this. All
Can't
right, are you
change
ready
the
for
rating.
this? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm giving this a 5.
Whoa! All right. Wow.
I
Who
really
would've
like
thought?
that one.
That's wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm giving this a wow. I'm giving this a 4.5 because the brown ale. So I'm just kind of You
Michael, would you like to finish?
Yeah, I would actually. And I love their character.
Oh yeah.
it looks like Bob the Builder.
Yeah, this is.
I'm surprised they got away with that.
I don't think I've had brown ale really either, unless because I like Guinness. That's brown ale.
No, that's a stout, baby. That's a stout.
I really like brown ale.
You can finish that, man. That's all there. You earned it. Congratulations on finding a beer that you gave a 5 to. That's impressive. Now, Brandon, rank them.
All right, I gotta go look at the cans.
You're gonna pass that down to him as well. Wow, you finished that like a champ. Those are the sound effects of Brandon stacking cans, in case everyone wants to know.
So I'm gonna go, and probably to Tony's disbelief, but the first one is gonna be Millions of Them.
Wow. Okay.
Then to the Toad Stabber,
Okay.
the Bob the Builder, and then the Hefeweizen.
Okay. Yeah, that was surprising. I thought the Hefeweizen would be up there higher, but I just feel like maybe those 3 beers just stood out a bit more.
No. I mean, like, just based on like what we're drinking right now, like from that brewery, that's what impressed me the most. And I mean, again, that Hefeweizen could stand on its own with other Hefeweizens, but like with the gauntlet that I was thrown, I chose what I have. So,
Mike, do you want to
I'll move these
take
so you
a
guys can review.
so you can take a stab at what you would rank these? And again, it doesn't mean that the last one is the worst. It's just in this particular order, it's the one that you just didn't like as much as the other 3.
Wait, so which one's my least favorite?
Well, no, it's just
of this sitting.
Of this sitting, what is your
one did you like
the most? So you can rank it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, number 1 is
Builder the Bob.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, it is Builder the Bob. I think the second one is the Hefe. I like the Hefe.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then I think the Toad Stabber is the third, and then Millions of Them. Although still being very good, it's the last one, but it was still really good. And honestly, kudos for the theme of it too. Millions of Them, and it's peaches. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's good.
That
I mean,
you know me and my
just know
'90s
that
nostalgia.
Nobody's coming for you, so like.
No, I'm gonna actually.
Don't write me.
I'm gonna.
Don't at me.
I'm gonna at you. I'm actually gonna put.
I don't want any death threats.
I'm putting that in the description. If you have a problem with Mike, here's where you can find
What-
it.
Send
What's-
a note tonight to the presidents of the United States of America. Hey, there's a beer based off of you. Can we use your song?
Yeah. Can we? Oh yeah, please. Can we use it for the break music?
Dimensional
I
though
don't even know if
is
they can give that permission.
Dimensional is a great brewer though.
Yeah, Dimensional. I'm very
Oh yeah,
happy.
brewery.
fantastic.
I'm happy that's where I
Yeah, they're really good,
I ended up.
and I would take a trip out there to go visit them.
I think we should just
Yeah.
take a road trip to Dubuque. All right, I'm gonna do Builder the Bob, Millions of Them, Toad Stabber, Hefeweizen.
So,
Not far off from what you did, Brandon.
what were the other breweries out there that
I
you?
don't know. There are a handful of them though. God, one was on the tip of my tongue.
So, it's
oh.
not in Dubuque, but where's Toppling Goliath?
Not far. There was that was mentioned, and I said no thanks, not interested.
Why?
You can keep. That's enough. That's another. Big Grove Brewery. That was another one that was not far away. I think that was the beer that I drank. The Easy
Yeah,
Eddie. That one. That is. I will definitely see if I can get some of that for you guys to try because that is super. If imagine this, but even like kind of, I'm pointing to the Toad Stabber for the listeners. Imagine Toad Stabber, but lighter body, easier drinking, like beer, like beer that you're used to drinking.
Yeah.
But it's still got that fruity hoppiness to it as well. That's what that beer is like. So shout out to them. But shout out to Dimensional. You guys are making some fantastic beer.
Yeah.
It's just simply too good.
Yeah, I'm not. It's weird to say that I'm blown away, but like because I mean I am, but I'm just very impressed that that entire lineup was fantastic.
That's your first time having all that too.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Same here.
Wow.
Other than Toad Stabber, this is the first time trying. These are all blind
That's-
tastes.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that was a fantastic lineup.
That's
so
cool.
There was another beer. There was a West Coast IPA, but that ended up getting drunk, and I replaced it with the Toad Stabber that I purchased as well.
Yeah.
The IPA, the West Coast IPA, was also very, very good. I feel like this Toad Stabber is more up your alley here.
Yeah, I mean like good on you because like when I travel, I just grab random shit from everywhere, but like going to a specific brewery, I'm like
Yeah, it was a quick walk from the hotel we were at too. So I mean, it was too easy.
Nice.
Yeah, to do it. I'm finishing off the Toad Stabber, and it's still like after having all that beer and talking with you guys, like Toad Stabber. I don't remember what I gotta redo my list, guys.
Okay.
One more time. Here
One
we go.
more time.
Builder the Bob,
Still one?
Toad Stabber, Millions, Hefeweizen.
Hefe at the bottom,
swap.
wow.
Yeah, and it's more just me. That's me. not because it's a bad Hefeweizen. It's a very tasty Hefeweizen. It's
You're
just
just a terrible person.
They
I'm just a
gotta-
bad person. Don't come at me.
They got to do better on their packaging for the Hefe though, because this is kind of.
It's a weird.
I mean,
This
let's
is
compare
gotta
it
be
to,
something.
like,
Yeah, everything
Bob
else.
or
I
Bill
have
or
the rest of
Bob,
this?
like, yeah, go ahead.
Go hard. Wow, a guest that actually wants to finish off beers with us. This is great. Welcome to the craft beer world, Mike.
They don't want to finish them.
No, they do. I just wanted to make you feel special
Oh,
for a
thanks.
minute.
Hey, it worked. I did feel special.
feel-
till I dug
Heard that.
deeper. I shouldn't have dug deep. Don't dig
Should've dug.
deeper. That's a
Shouldn't have
lesson.
dug. Yeah,
This builder though was really good.
yeah. I
Really like that.
I'm very happy, very impressed. I definitely want to go back and grab a bunch of their beers because there was a whole bunch of other beers. They have a few other sours too.
If we ever had a reason to go to Dubuque, I would definitely want to talk to them for the podcast.
Absolutely, I think we can make.
If they'd be willing
Yeah.
to talk to us.
I bet you if we go out there, we could probably get someone to talk to. They were everybody that worked there was super nice, and even for how busy it was, they were just super cool. They also have something called the Big D, and it's you get to
Me
sit-
too. Me too.
Take it easy.
Sorry.
He's talking about a dog. He's got a huge dog at home.
Say I'll call him little.
Hey, it's not like
Tiny Lester.
tater tot. It's a Big D, and you get a sampler of all 20 beers are on tap, and it's this huge long thing. It takes 2 people to carry. Yeah, it was impressive. Someone did yell out, "Someone ordered the Big D," something like that. So it's
That's
pretty
like
funny.
when I don't know. It wasn't. Maybe it was Hofbrauhaus that used to do like you'd order the shot ski, and they'd bring out a ski with like all of the samples of all the beers on it, and that was the shot ski.
That's
I think
crazy.
Yeah.
it had to be Hofbrau, like at least in the one that used to be in Rosemont, R.I.P. But like
Never forget.
They got rid of that.
Yeah,
they did, and now. But it's funny. So the people that
Stevenson family.
that owned it decided that they didn't want to carry Hofbrau anymore, and they wanted to come up with their own concept. So they started Crust, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's called Crust.
Have you gone there at all?
No, I haven't.
Probably should. It's right.
But
there.
I've heard the pizza's okay and the beer's decent.
All right. Well, we'll take a little
So
trip.
it might be worth a visit.
You know what? Tomorrow's a nice day. By the way, I want listeners to know we're being responsible and we're recording this on a Friday night. Something we don't really do.
Wow.
I don't drink during the week anymore.
Well, good for you, man.
I mean, unless we're podcasting, but I'm trying to limit that as much as possible.
That's good, man. I should probably look into that. My liver would thank me. Tony sobs into the microphone. All right, I think that's gonna do it for our trip to Dubuque, doing the Dimensional Brewing. I want to thank my cousin Reese who turned me on to this particular brewery. I mean, granted, it was from the bottle that I found, but I'm glad that he knew about it.
Yeah,
and it was a great time hanging out with those guys out there. Shout out to Justin, Paxton, Vince, and Reese one more time. Love those guys. Mike, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
This
you
was a
being
lot of
here.
fun.
Yeah.
And writing our theme song.
Yeah, and doing
Of
our theme
course.
song. We appreciate it. And letting us use your music for break music, too. There'll be more. I have a feeling I'm just going to keep getting more.
Can
from
you
on.
write us, monthly songs?
Monthly songs,
Changes
sure.
with every
Sure.
month.
Probably could, actually.
It's March, stupid bitch. Gotta listen to the shit. Whatever.
Well, we don't need Mike if you're already writing that. That's great.
hey.
I don't know why we call the listener a stupid bitch either. That's probably not a good idea.
Can I tell a fun?
don't do that.
Can I tell a fun fact though about the theme song?
Please.
I actually wrote that. I think that was before. That was COVID, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote that when I was working, and I was working from home, and I wrote that song and recorded it on the clock,
Yeah.
and was not working, and instead of recording that song for you.
See, actually, you did
And
get paid for that song.
I did get paid. That was probably the only song that I've been paid for. So thank you for that.
That's what we do, man. We look out for those who
that
look
was
out
a
for
fun
us.
fact. And I should have been working, but I was writing that song.
Ah, you're
and-
fine. You're back.
Exactly. So and
It's not
so.
the same company. Like,
What's that?
what?
Yeah.
Different times. Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. I'm sure we'll have you back on because that was fun to see
Yeah, I had a lot of
someone
fun.
who doesn't drink craft beer, particularly, experience that stuff. So it's an interesting,
Yeah.
it was an interesting concept. That was cool.
Cool. I like it.
Maybe we'll see him on after the final pour.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should. You know what? I guess we'll see him next week. Brandon, I love you,
Sign me
buddy.
up.
Love you too, bud.
And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.
That's Brandon's spy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I'm banned. I didn't say
That was hilarious though, because literally Brandon goes, bye.
Well, I quit. This is my last episode. Love you all.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at the Malting Hour.
Wait, what did I miss?
Oh, I don't like you.
Why?
Oh, I said. Why? What did I do?
Don't enjoy this chip too much.
That's all right. I said, he goes, you can take Mike. I go, oh, I'm not taking Mike. I'm going by myself.
That's his sense of humor.
He knows. I've known him since high school.